All right. Time being 6 o'clock, I'd like to call our meeting to order. All members present. Joining us is Health Director Marty Golightly and I was going to say Trash Director. Our Angela Allen is with us as well. Thank you, everybody, for attending. So, first item on our agenda is our COVID-19 and vaccination update. So, Marty, where we are with that good stuff.
Oh, I wish I had better news. The state is still not supporting local public health efforts to vaccinate its residents despite our best efforts and doing everything outside of begging. And I am willing to beg if they give me the vaccine. We will continue to do a significant number of homebound residents. So I'm going to take this forum to please ask that if you know of someone that has mobility issues and they cannot leave their house for whatever reason, call the office, and one of the paramedics from the fire department, our partners in crime, our wonderful firefighters who we thank every day, and Lindsay, our public health nurse, who is equally as awesome, will come to their house and administer the vaccine where they live. So if they have people who can't leave, have them call us, and we will send a team out to vaccinate them in their home. Now we are doing that. We started doing that a little bit 3 weeks ago. And we will continue to do that. And now that the state has caught up with our plans, we should have support from them in those vaccination efforts for that specific population. We continue to pressure and put as much. We want to be able to deliver vaccine to our residents. Our residents want to be able to have them deliver, us deliver the vaccine to. So we continue to ask. We have about a little over 450 second shots in the next about month. That are coming due, including our residents at senior housing. So hopefully, if there is any, I hesitate to use the word extra, but if there's any extra vaccine after that, we'll be able to work our way down our call list that we still maintain and get some more seniors or those people who are eligible into that. As of right now, they have not lifted anything other than teachers into phase 2 or step 2 of phase 2 for the vaccine rollout plan. So we're still there, and I include educators and school staff in that as well. So we're working hard every day to make sure that we get access to vaccinations. If access is a problem to you, contact us, because we will also take your name down and we will put you on, or we will help you get on the Massachusetts pre-registration list. There's a link that you can say that you're doing this for someone else. So our staff and some of our friends at the Council on Aging are willing to do that. Give us a call and we'll help you get registered for one of those things too. So we are capable and eager to do so. We'll have a second dose clinic next week. I think that is our next one that's scheduled. That will be on Friday of next week.
Cool. And what are we at our current numbers?
Of vaccination?
For COVID cases.
Yeah, I buried the lead there. Sorry about that. 35 active cases, about 28 quarantine, which gives around 1,743 all-time cases in Abington. That number 30, that 35, it's stayed in or around there even since the opening. Our reopening has started. So we haven't seen any big jumps or any real decreases. So hopefully that number will trend lower over the next week or two. I remain cautiously optimistic that our mitigation efforts and our continued vaccination efforts will help drive that number lower.
Cool. Thank you, Marty. Anybody have any questions for Marty? Okay. I'm hearing from our producer that we're having some background noise bleed over, so I'm just going to ask that everybody mute themselves if they're not speaking. It's cutting out the audio on the meeting. Thank you. Next item on our agenda is our trash contract and RFP update. So I'm going to throw that over to Angela.
Actually, I want to take that too, if you don't mind, Chris.
Sure?
Angela's our resident expert, and I brought her in case everybody has the question. So through a lot of work with our partners at DEP and with Angela, we were able to put together our RFP and put it out 2 weeks ago, Angela. We're on our second week now, right? Yeah. And the submissions are due March 26th. at 5 o'clock in our office. Angela and Todd Kep, our DEP representative, put a lot of work into the current RFP. So we are hopeful that it will drive down costs. And, you know, the goal is to drive down costs while gaining, or at a bare minimum, keeping the same level of service. And I know a lot of us would prefer an increase in the service that we're getting right now. But submissions are due on the 26th, and we won't really discuss any of the bid proposals until then. We also put out the RFP on our website and through our Facebook links and our social media pages, so that everybody has access to the document. I emailed it to the board today so that everybody can read it. It's no secret. We're asking the same thing of everyone. The trash contract is one of those weird contracts that does not go through the 30B process, which is the state procurement rules. We're allowed to sit down and discuss with haulers after we see their proposals. But we want to make sure that everything is as transparent as physically possible. So there'll be no secrets. There'll be no whatever, none of that. This is what we got. This is what we think is the best option. We may or may not go with the lowest bidder if we think that the services for the next higher bidder, it would be better. But yeah, so all of that is due March 26th. And Angela did the lion's share, the yeoman work on this for what seemed to be months. We are eager to put this behind us. Angela, you got anything to add to that?
I don't think so. That sounds good.
All right, I stand by for questions if anybody has them. And if you read it and you have questions, or you have questions about the procedure, I might not be the best one to answer it. I may forward you that to Sue Mopin, the assistant town manager, who also is the acting chief procurement officer, and to Scott, the town manager. I'm just the manager of this contract. We don't actually do, we do the management aspect, but not so much the bidding and proposal review and all that stuff. But we put it out there. We want to get someone in here to do trash on July 1st, so we can, only have one public health emergency at a time.
Marty, I have a procedural question.
Sure.
I hope this isn't coming out of left field, but
full disclosure, not an expert on all this.
Oh, that's okay. Me either. That's why I have to ask the question. So I just kind of scrolled through the RFP. Do we have potential bidders sign like a conflict of interest attestation? Like I do see that they can't be like related or family members of whoever's reviewing the contract, but as far as personal interest or conflict of interest? So
it's standard, what do they call it? I'm sorry, standard ethics go into this. So you can't have, I would have to double check the actual language, but I know that, as far as ethics violations, I believe it is your standard practices in this, that you can't, the person reviewing can't have a financial interest in making sure that company A gets it over company B, that kind of thing. And I have zero interest in any of the towns or any of the surrounding trash disposals and haulers, which makes it kind of simple, right? It's like,
right.
So I'm going to be one of the ones reviewing it with the actual people that make the decision. So all those disclosures should be made ahead of time, though. And there should be, and my goal with this, and talking to Angela, we've been upfront with this for a long time, is none of this should be done in the dark. All of this should be done in broad daylight with open pieces of paper where we're all talking about the same thing. I hope that answered your question. I feel like I'm not the best. I'm learning Massachusetts procurement rules as we go too sometimes.
I guess what I'm wondering is, like, it's kind of a little specific, is when someone submits their vendor application or whatnot, if they themselves do a proactive disclosure of any conflict of interest known to them, not like to us, but for them, kind of proactively disclosing.
We would run that through. There's a whole office in the Massachusetts state government that handles ethics. So we would run that through them, and if they say if it smells funny, then we wouldn't do it. We would follow all of those ethic rules and run it by the lawyers and all of that stuff. I can't foresee anything like that happening. I would be shocked
that you would know someone that you don't know.
Yeah, but we would talk about it because that would be the right thing to do. And like I said, none of this is going to be done in the dark.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Have we had any bids yet, or is this out and available, right? So
It's out and available. Yep. And I have not received anything as of yet. This is one of those things that most of the bids will come in at 458, 459, March 26th.
makes sense.
We've had some polite declination, like some companies have already politely declined.
All right.
Oh, that'll make it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Any further discussion on trash contracts?
I did just want to say to both Marty and Angela, this is as thorough as it can be, as detailed as it can be. I think this is an awesome proposal, and I recommend all residents going on to the website and the link and reading this. I especially like Article, let's see, what is it? Article 4.6 on shutdowns. That due to recent history, I am very appreciative that this is in there and like it covered all of our bases and everything like that. I know hopefully we can get someone with this proposal and stuff like that and be perfect. So thank you, Marty and Angela.
I take no credit for that. That is all Angela and her with her amazing attention to detail and our DEP reps.
Awesome. Thank you.
While we're on the subject of the trash contract and the RFP and the update discussion, also included in that was the reopening of the compost site, which opens the first weekend in April.
Yeah, April 3rd.
April 3rd.
And we put out a constant contact about that today with the fee schedules on the website. So we look forward to seeing all of the residents to that. And remember, those people who are working that are volunteers, please be kind.
Tiz and Angela, thank you for doing such a good job running that compost site. We appreciate it. Okay, next item on our agenda is actually I asked this to be added is interfaith referral service. So I hope everybody had an opportunity to look at the website, and I posted it on our Facebook account too for anybody that's listening in. In a nutshell, interfaith referral service is not a mental health service in of itself. Rather, it's a free referral service that is available to residents of participating communities. Callers can call Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and work with a resource and referral counselor who will help them navigate the challenges of finding mental health services, whether it be working with the insurance companies and local mental health providers to find services. This was actually brought to my attention by a resident who is attending college at William James and asked that we look into it. So I had sent an email to them to find out what exactly is involved in us becoming a participating community. I haven't heard back yet, but since it came to the Board of Health, the first thing that we would need to do is vote on it as a body that we wanted to participate, and then we can I'll follow up with them to see whatever we need to do to make it official. We would be listed on the site. We can certainly link to it, but if anybody happened to go to the site, they would see Abington, and then they can click on there to get further information. So, any discussion on that? Or any questions?
No, just thank you, Chris. Thank you.
It's been a tough year for everybody, whether they like to admit it or not. I think we can all probably use a little tune-up.
Yeah.
All right, if there's no discussion, I will accept a motion if anyone wants to make a motion to move forward with this or not.
I'll make a motion to move forward with interface referral service.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. all in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? So
I have a conflict of interest, so I'm abstaining.
abstaining. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 yeas, no nays, 1 abstention.
That's why conflict of interest was on my mind today, Marty.
All right. Any further discussion on that? So it's passed. I'll contact them and hopefully I'll have an update at the next meeting. Let you know where we're at with that. Next item on our agenda is approval of minutes from February 16th. So I just need a motion for that.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I will second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, that passes 5-0. Oh, and approval of minutes for March 1st.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, both our minutes are approved. 5-0. And that is all we have for business tonight.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. We have a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
All in favor, say yay.
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 Any opposed? No. All right. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe. Wear your masks. Social distance. Be healthy.